Drip, I wipe it off. $1 million worth of game. Can't feel that I work too hard. Poetry only needs.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We back in the motherfucking Doja Room. Now let me just make sure everything is live and direct. I bet. Okay, okay, okay. I'm just getting my shit right. Um, to all my stoners, hippies, and hip hop enthusiasts, welcome back to the motherfucking Doja Room. Y'all know what the fuck it is. It's your boy, Dope Boy Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Gone missing. Right back at it. If something like, I'm be honest with y'all. Yeah, we doubled up on the jobs, so well, really tripled because we still got the Doja Room in here. We still got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? We still got to keep the consistency. We still got to stay on this trial. It's almost wrapping up. Okay, trial is wrapping up. I got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I am expecting my first child. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on with that. There is work stuff. You know what I'm saying? Went back into work, into a new job, doing something I really enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna pay me the big bucks. So I have to step into this director position just because. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? First child and everything. So I gotta lock in. I had to lock in on a different level. So I had to take a week to get my feet wet in this new job. Start establishing myself in the building. You know what I'm saying? Big dog in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I can't say too much because yeah, we online and shit be getting a little mixy so every now and then. I be having to get on a nigga ass. Pause. And you know, so we got to keep certain things protected. But you know what I'm saying, stepping into this position just gave me a new sense of you know, when you walk into work and you know you get just getting that love. You feel me, you that guy. So yeah, I had to take care of that. We had to take care of the family unit, all type of stuff like that. So while back and forth between one place and the next, it really wasn't too much time to really record and cover these cases and all of this stuff that's been going on like I usually do. Okay, so first and foremost, if you're stepping in here, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and like the video for me, please. Like that video. Retweet, and this is why I say follow me on X. If anything, and if I'm not shooting it or if I'm doing life shit like I'm doing right now, and things are a little tight as far as the schedule goes, um, it's good to follow me on X so that you stay updated on everything that I'm talking about and everything that I'm giving my perspective on. So lock in with me on X if you're not already. We're live on Rumble, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, we're live on just about everything possible right now. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hop into my X account. It's your boy Dope Boy Diesel. You can find it right there on X. And yeah, like I said, stay updated with everything I'm saying. All right. So last time we was out here, it was fucking day 20 something. Okay. The Diddy trial is moving to end pretty quickly, and I'll be back. Obviously, like I said, my schedule is not the same. Okay, so I cannot cover the trial like I was doing before, but this is why we're switching more to back to a night regimen. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it like that for the foreseeable future, just because we got to get this working. You know what I'm saying? My other job doesn't allow me to just do what I want to. Um, so there's been a lot going on. We're gonna continue to get back onto the Diddy stuff, but there's more there's more interesting things going on. But we are going to get to closing up this Diddy trial. We started it together. We're gonna finish it together. All right. Okay. So we got that, but we also have things rumbling in the Desiree Perez case. You guys know that we have been on that case in Desiree Perez and Rock Nation very aggressively. Okay, very very aggressively. So, before we get started, y'all know y'all in the motherfucking Doja Room. Go ahead, light fucking blunt up. Let's get right. Let's get right, cause we gonna jump right into it. I usually like having a nice little structured show, getting some topics prepared and things like that. But it's been so much going on, and I've been away and not speaking to you guys and giving my opinions on so much that shit. We really can just start anywhere. We really could just start anywhere. It really don't matter. But I appreciate you guys for stopping in with me. It is that time. Light your blunt up. We not in the Doja Room. Okay. Okay. So, Desiree Perez hits back. Okay. And I think actually, before we get to this one in particular, before we get to that in particular, we have some developments that happened a little bit before this, a couple days ago, I believe, or 2 days ago. Oh yeah. Um, Desiree Perez has said she has now filed a expedited motion for special orders regarding uh, I was about to say ejaculated statements is crazy. Judicial. They didn't have to do all of that. Why you didn't make that 2 words? That's what's fucking me up. Extra judicial statements. Come on, man. We off the blunt. You over here putting words together and shit like, yo, relax. Can't be doing that. Y'all locked in? You here with me? Let's get it. Let me let me see what exactly we got here, okay? So this is light. 18 pages. It's light. Okay. The extrajudicial statements are exactly this. You can. It looks like it gets right into it. It says by the plaintiffs, this Desiree Miladies, Denise Milagros Gonzalez Escrebino. God damn. Like, what? How many names does this bitch got? But you got a lot going on right there. Okay. You got the defendant, Javon Hanley, and a witness in this case, including defendant's wife, Damori Hadley, from making extrajudicial statements that are reasonably likely to interfere with the judicial administration of this case with a fair trial by, amongst other things, making it more difficult to find impartial jurors that have not been tainted with publicity about this matter. This motion is necessary for 3 reasons. First, Ms. Hadley, a primary witness in this case, including on behalf of her husband, posting on social media at an accelerating pace, attacking attorneys in this case and inciting threats against them. As recently as June 22, 2025, Ms. Hadley has posted a false narrative about an attorney in this case, aiming to stalk and shame her by inciting others to engage in the same. Wow. So, we're not going to get into too much of Desiree's bullshit. We ain't here for that. Because what she's basically trying to say here, and I can just tell you what she's trying to say here. What she's basically trying to say here is this is not going to be a fair case in her favor. You're not going to find jurors who don't already question and look at Rock Nation sideways. And this is basically what she's saying. That we can't find impartial jurors. It says second, defense counsel in this matter is the attorney for both Mr. Hadley and Miss Mr. and Mrs. Hadley, representing Mrs. Hadley as the plaintiff in a separate related lawsuit, Damari Hadley versus Perez, which is, I guess, the case that we're looking at. So these are multiple lawsuits. We're looking at multiple lawsuits right here. Um, and Damari has actually had a few interviews. I wish I had the time to be in here to keep up with all of this. I'm telling you. What? I'm trying to find, because I know she did a couple of interviews. I know she did a couple of interviews. Let me see. Let's see if we can break down anything that she got. Because I know, like, I think she stopped at like a couple of podcasts or some shit like that. And, you know, with her with her coming out and doing these things and it being revealed, it's gonna blow the lid on a lot of shit. It's gonna blow the lid on a lot of shit that these niggas is doing, including, most importantly, the Tory Lanez case. But everything that is happening to this woman is very important too. Let's see. It says this is the latest update. It says tensions are escalating in the case of Damari versus Desiree. Rock Nation has filed a new motion alleging that Damari violated a court order issued on June 25th, 2025 at 5:01 p.m., which granted Rock Nation's request to prohibit extrajudicial statements. So I guess that motion was granted, the one that we were just reading, basically what she was saying. I'm not sure 100%. So she violated it at 5:01 p.m., which granted Rock Nation's request to prohibit extrajudicial statements. According to the court filings, Damari posted 17 times across Instagram and X referencing her mother, Desiree Perez, between 6:22 p.m. and 7:19 p.m. directly after the court's order was issued. Rock Nation contacted Damari's legal team at 7:39 p.m. to notify them that the alleged violation, but reportedly received no response of Ms. Hadley taking down the post. So in this motion, Rock Nation is requesting that the court Hadley immediately remove all social media posts that violate the June 25th order, including the specific post outlined in their filing. So basically, like I said, she had been having some interviews, which I guess this is what she's talking about here, that she's violating apparently, is it's basically this motion to say that she can't speak about her mother, she can't speak about the case, whatever. Okay, this is basically textbook shit. Let's see if we can find some new footage. You can't find it on YouTube, you know where you gotta go. Because I know she had another interview. Okay, so she did an interview with Jaguar, right? Oh, wow. It's crazy.
Today, this was farm to celebrate holiday here in Miami.
We have all these units calling us. No, he's a private investigator. He's the one following the vehicle. Apparently, the one that was calling about kidnapping and forcing in another car is auntie. Auntie's not here. She's the aunt of the female who's the victim of TV. That female victim of TV is with the subject right now inside Pintos.
So, victim is suspect, right?
Yes, inside Pintos right now. Like arriving there. But she called, whoever called saying that she was being forced out of the car, he's the only one who was here. He didn't see none of that.
Nobody here?
Very fine. Right. He's a private investigator.
It's important to know that the kids were 2, 7, 9, and 10 years old at that when that happened. This is December 30th, 2023. We're on our way to Pintos Farm.
Yay! Say hi. Ready, guys? Say hi. Say hi. Woohoo! This is a workout. This is a little workout. You said what?
We're not even there 15 minutes
Look.
when like 8 police officers show up and they grab me. I had to put the kids down. The kids are crying.
I'm explaining to you right now.
Wait, no. What is going on? Excuse me, do you have a warrant for his arrest?
He has a probable cause to be arrested.
No, he does not have a probable cause. You guys are harassing him. No. Go get your grandma now. Go get your grandma now.
But stay back from me.
No.
We'll talk to you in a second.
You don't have a warrant for his arrest.
I'm telling you, we'll talk to you in a second.
Where my mom at? Yo, can I tell my mom?
Stay back from me.
No. You don't have a warrant for his arrest.
What y'all doing? You anything on your boss? Any weapons or anything? No. Y'all can leave some of my grandma. Hold up. What you doing, bro?
I'll make sure you have nothing. You want your grandma to have this?
I don't understand. Wait, this.
Where's the warrant? Where's the warrant?
I'll show you in a second.
Let me see the warrant. No. Where's the
We'll talk to you guys
warrant?
in a minute. If you
What
give
are
us
you
a
guys
second,
doing,
we'll
man?
give you a minute.
Where's the warrant?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
They know something we don't know. They know something we don't know.
Okay.
Where's
the warrant?
They already know who it is. They already know what this shit is about. That's crazy.
Where's the warrant for his arrest?
That is tough. I did find their full interview. It's pretty lengthy, but let's get into a little bit of it.
Even in the controversy of everything that's happening and going on regarding the case and regarding what's happening to her very real life and marriage, we wanted to take the time to make sure that everybody had all of the facts. There's been a lot of things that have been misled, misconstrued, and I decided, why not just open up the platform so you guys can hear it from Demore herself, because that's the
Damn, y'all niggas is turning Jaguar right into Tasha K. What the fuck? I see you, Jaguar.
most
Yeah,
important
baby.
thing. So often in these times, our voices are cut off, we're silenced, false voices are speaking louder than real ones. And everybody knows we stick to the real around here. So, hey, Demore, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well considering everything that has happened. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, thank you for reaching out. I consider it a big honor. Ever since I won Defender of Freedom, it's not just something that was given to me that I cherish. It's something that I want to use to do, God's work and really help people. So I want to thank you because you're going to be like the first interview that I'm doing since then.
Jeez,
So
I said, nigga, shit,
this is a
I'm
big
getting this
deal.
one.
And there's so many people on the platform that I already know are going to jump behind your story.
And my mom would, visit when she can, but his long-term part. Yeah. So I was born in New York as a little baby, 9 months. My grandfather had to take over to raise me because my mother was incarcerated and dealing with the criminal justice system.
She was in the Cartelli. You know what I'm saying? She was slinging that dope. You feel me?
for
She's
the
going
crimes that she
crazy.
committed in the early
She's
90s.
going crazy.
Moved to Miami, Florida
It's all
with
good. We know.
my grandfather, who raised me with his partner, his long-term partner, in Miami, Florida. Went to school in private and public school. Uh, only spoke Spanish, learned how to speak English at like 7 years old as an American. Yeah, because he only spoke Spanish, so I had to learn in the school system and all that. Raised very humble, right, in humble beginnings with my grandfather. Uh, and my mom would, visit when she can, but at the time she was incarcerated and dealing with all that stuff. And then at the same time, I think it wasn't until the age of 13.
What she was doing. Did we know what she was doing, nigga? We know what she was doing. Y'all don't be scared. Hey, don't be scared to say it. She was slinging that dope. We know what she was doing. She was slinging that goddamn dope. She was stuffing them bricks in her coochie. The fuck is you talking about? Go ahead and say it, man. Go ahead and say it. We know what the fuck she was doing. She had them bricks strapped to the inside of her inner thigh, nigga. You know what I'm saying? She had little baggies up her asshole. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? We know what she was doing. We know what the fuck she was doing. Come on, man. She was swallowing all type of shit. The fuck? She was swallowing all type of shit. Had to get off that flight and barf it back up or shit it out. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? We know what she was doing, man. We know what she was doing. Go ahead and say it. Don't look. Just give us the raw. Just give us the raw shit. Cause we know what this woman is. This is a monster to society, nigga.
Or 14 that
The
I
fuck?
actually lived in the same home as her.
Had that dope in her sock and all that.
To kind of get a home, get out, have, some type of stability. And even then she would travel back and forth. So my foundation and really where I was raised is my grandfather, and I'm grateful to him.
You sound like you have a really wonderful relationship with him, and I want to get into that a little bit more later. But also, how long has the relationship with your mom been strained at this point?
I haven't seen my mom since December 25th, 2023. That's the last time that I saw her physically. The last time I
If
So
if
that was
she's
the last
dead to you,
time
Desiree, why is you bothering this woman? Why are you bothering her?
that I spoke to her.
You stuck in commercials, man.
She said you were dead to her.
Yes.
Well, why?
That was due to my husband Javon's first arrest that happened on December 30th, 2023. My mother and our relationship has always been strained in the sense that since I was raised by my grandfather and his long-term partner, who she disliked for different reasons that I don't need to address here.
Family business.
Right, family business, right? I don't want to drag other people's business on here to respect my grandfather's history. But, she had tension with my grandfather's partner who I actually called mommy. But again, this is somebody that at 9 months, right, was feeding me, taking care of me, taking me to school with my grandfather.
First steps, first
Exactly.
losing of the teeth, yeah.
So I developed that bond and that love for her and obviously for my grandfather. And so at 13, being forced to, okay, now I have my life together, come move with me. That's when the strain really started as a child and the trauma, because all I knew was my grandfather, which I call abuelo, and that's all I wanted to do is be with him. So that's kind of where the strain with her and I started, right? Because she forced me to move with her when she got her life together, and with my siblings, obviously. And then it was just, that was the real beginning, but then it was just like.
So there was tension, but there wasn't like escalation, just tension.
It was just tension, debates, arguments. I'm very different than my siblings in the sense that.
How many siblings do you have?
Yes. Yeah, we're 5. We all have different fathers. I have a 6th sister who's my stepfather's daughter. So we're 6 in total, because I don't count her as like not my sister.
Yes.
So I would say we're 6 in total. And I would say I'm different in the sense, since I was raised by my grandfather, and he's a very independent thinker, doesn't conform, can't be controlled type of personality. That was the problem, because going from that for 13 years to then being under the same roof as somebody who's a Virgo, who's a narcissist,
let's get to it.
I'm the type of person that, if you're my sister, my relationship with.
She going through her whole life story. I feel you, but y'all go check out Jaguar. Y'all go check out Jaguar Right channel if y'all want to hear her whole life story. You feel me? But we got to get to the meat and potatoes. We got to get to it.
Never been incarcerated, neither have I. So to judge somebody at 14 years old for the neighborhood he came from, or to judge his father or his mother, and be a little bit racist, and I just think it was unfair. And so very good public school. It's probably number 1 here. And once incarcerated, and my father was the head of a Puerto Rican cartel. So it's a little bit, not a little bit, it's very hypocritical, right? Yeah.
So she was talking shit about homie.
As a young single mom who lost her husband very young.
She was talking shit. This is what a lot of these mothers do. They act like they ain't come from these whole ass past, these broken homes, these fucked up situations. And when you come, you know what I'm saying? You shed a little light on her daughter. You feel me? She be acting a little, you feel me? Nigga be acting a little funny. Like they got time to question you, to talk about you.
Had a phenomenal career, raised her sons from all that trauma, brought him to a good place here in Miami where we live. He went to school, did what he was supposed to do, and she kind of, took him from that environment. But I think that was, it's strange, but I think that displeased my mother in the sense that she didn't like, okay, well, he's from Liberty City, like very judgmental, which is hypocritical, right? Because she's from the Bronx and was selling drugs. And once incarcerated, and my father was the head of a Puerto Rican cartel. So it's a little bit, not a little bit, it's very hypocritical, right? Yeah, and it's crazy because Javon has never been involved in that lifestyle. I mean, we went to a very good public school. It's probably number 1 here in the state of Miami. He got a D1 scholarship to UConn, great grades, great football player. I went to Boston University. Like, we genuinely grew up as good kids, never sold drugs. He's never been incarcerated, neither have I. So to judge somebody at 14 years old for the neighborhood he came from, or to judge his father.
Shorty said Pops was the head of the Puerto Rican cartel, and Desiree Perez was his bitch. You feel me? I told you. She was stuffing that dope in her asshole. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Mother.
It's all right.
And,
I'm not gonna judge.
Be a little bit racist. And I just think it was unfair. And so in the very beginning, it was trying to prove to her, oh, he's worth my time. I want to be with him. He is the good guy. And so it wasn't too crazy for her because she didn't think we were going to last.
I wonder if she's gonna address the video. Now we did. If y'all are frequent watchers here, we did show a video that depict her apparently getting socked and kind of thrown around. Now we don't even know if that video is the truth. She's denied the things that were coming out, but she hasn't really spoken on that video per se. So I wonder if she's going to get asked about that. That's what I would be asking about.
So at first it was like classism, racism, okay, whatever, she's not gonna last. Then as he started to grow up, as he started to, like us, right? Everybody, we grow up, we start to develop our personality, our traits, we start to learn and grow. He had different experiences. He went to a D1 school where he had situations, right, with, am I going to go to the NFL? Am I not? He started to do research, take these classes in college, learn about himself, the culture, right, the environment that we're in. And then that's when he kind of wanted to veer off what society kind of introduces to us as the correct path. Your kids. Javon was very adamant since we were in college that he didn't want to go to the NFL, that he didn't want to be in a position that pulled him away from his family, from his wife, from his normality, right? He was very adamant, and that's really what attracted to me, and that's how I knew, okay, I'm going to marry this man, because I was like, man, anybody else, they get the opportunity to go to the NFL with all the girls, the groupies, the traveling, they're going to jump on board, right? And he was like, I don't want that. I don't care for that. I care about, starting a career, opening my own business, taking care of my family,
cool.
Because he worked with me. It's all about power, control, and classism. And so when she saw that he wasn't like the typical man or young man that would conform and do that, and that it was impacting me in a positive light, she saw that as something negative. She saw it as, oh man, this guy I'm going to lose grip and control for my daughter over this guy. That's how she thought.
Wow.
That's how a lot of these bitches think. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. That's how a lot of these bitches think. These bitches can't let their daughters go. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad situation.
Okay, so
I was trying to, I wanted to get to the root.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the gravity of everything I'm hearing. Because typically, the one thing that a mother wants, especially for a daughter, is for her to find the right guy who has the right values, who's going to treat her right and be devoted. And it sounds like that's what you found. It seems like you found the right guy, and he sounds like a really great guy. But more importantly than that, it sounds like your granddad.
Yeah.
Like he sounds like he's the kind of guy that your granddad is like. So, and that happens with women. When we have paramount figures in our life, like my dad, I feel the same way about my dad that you feel about your granddad. And I'm not sure how old your granddad is, but my dad was born in the 30s. And he just sounds like the kind of man that was born somewhere between the 30s and the 50s. That's how
showed up on September.
Building your online business?
Cool. Oh, that was cool. We got to get to it.
Go to Wix.com and set
11th, 2023. However, Javon noticed since early 2019. He started to tell me, I'm being followed. He was sending me pictures of men following him, videos. He was very adamant about telling me, your mother, I think your mother doesn't like me. She's having me followed. I'm not sure if she's trying to catch me doing something wrong. I'm working a normal life, living a normal life. And at first, as a young girl who, loves her mother, I didn't believe him, right? I thought, this guy's paranoid. It caused...
And this shit is just so fucking crazy because it's just like... You you sit here. There's so many motherfuckers that think like this, that if they just had the resources and the power of a Desiree Perez, so many motherfuckers would be fucked up. I'm telling you, like, so many niggas would be fucked up right now. Like, people are insane. There's like shit like this. This level of insanity is a reality, my nigga. I'm telling you, this shit is. I experienced this shit. Like, I'm telling you, this shit, this type of insanity, and I'm almost damn near having a fucking full circle moment as I'm listening to this shit. But, bro, if so many motherfuckers, if these women that are like this had the same resources and power and status of a Desiree Perez, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, yeah, it's over, it's over.
Arguments in our relationship because he felt that
I know a motherfucker right now that I probably would wish to have me followed, wish to have my goddamn house bugged. Like, I'm just telling you, like, you know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
trust
Like,
him. And I just
shit
thought
gets
there's no
spooky.
way. Like, why would she have him followed? Like, there's absolutely no reason because we were going to family events together. She seemed to have a great relationship with him. So I didn't understand the motive. I didn't understand why that was even possible. And so that caused a little bit of strain. I mean, we almost broke up on multiple times because he's, telling me something, but at the same time, he wants to be careful because he doesn't want to lose me because it's my mother, right? And so that became a difficult situation. I really, really, really started probably noticing, I take that back, not on September 11th, at my job,
Which
uh,
job?
yeah, so I started working at Iconic Creative Agency with Benny Frahela and Liz Frahela.
Now, we went through this whole thing, and it's pinned on my account, but we went through this whole case where she talks about this stuff happening, and how they kind of, finagled their way into basically accepting the bag from Desiree and setting her up with therapists to assess her so that she could be committed. So this is when she started her attempts to try to do that, and I guess that's what she's going to explain right here.
Here in Miami, Florida, in 2020. They're an agency that has contracts with the Nike brand and the Jordan brand. They do events in New York. They do Super Bowl. They do like store activations, like when Nike has a shoe release. This is kind of like what they do as an agency. The backstory, how I got to them. I think this is important for timeline purposes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I went to school in Boston University, went to school for social work. I originally wanted to be a lawyer, did all these internships and work with lawyers. And then I got offered a position to work with survivors of torture in Miami. And I loved it. It was made at the time. It was Liz Frahela, Benny Frahela, and Cindy Boozer, the owners. Was offered an entry-level job. I was told I was going to be like the marketing manager. And it was going well. I thought everything was going well. But then I started noticing little things like, oh, why can't you stay late, like after hours? Or, oh, why don't you travel here, travel there? And I was very adamant in the interview that I didn't want to travel. Number one, I wanted to be with my grandfather. Number two, I wanted to be with my dog. And number three, Javon and I opened our business in
That girl bad.
2020. So
That
I
girl
also
bad.
wanted to be present to help out with that.
Yeah.
And so they didn't require me to travel in the beginning.
Yeah, that nigga said, nigga, fuck the NFL, nigga. I already got me an NFL wife, nigga. She and her mom Rock Nation, shit. The fuck do I need to go to the NFL for?
But I started noticing that it was weird. Like they were trying to, stay after hours to work this project and come meet this person. And so I was like, I'm being paranoid. So I didn't really, think anything of it. Then the September incident happened when the police told me why they were called and how they found out. I'll pause there because I feel like I've been talking long for you to ask me about that.
Oh no, and don't get me wrong. I'm going to jump in where I need to, but I really want people. I want to make sure that when we get to the end of this conversation, there are no more questions.
Okay.
So I want, especially considering what's going on in the backdrop, that
this team is making it a personal vendetta to use this against me. So there's something I do want to clear up here on your interview now that we started from the pandemic and how I got into Iconic in the timeline. Yeah. So I'm hired at Iconic 2020. It's important to know, since I was raised by my grandfather and his partner had 2 kids coming into the relationship. Those 2 women, because they're not legally married, were seen as my mother's stepsisters, right?
Okay.
Those 2 women lived in the home as I was growing up. And one of those, I considered them my aunts, even though biologically they weren't. One of them, my aunt, she was a teacher, principal, taught me how to read, taught me how to write. Where my dad was trying to take me away from my grandfather and my mother, I was assigned a guardian ad litem, and she was actually the one who was doing the visitations with the court so that the court could see that I wasn't neglected, that I had somebody to help me with homework, that I could read, that I could write, that I was, in a stable
very
home.
active in your life.
Exactly. So that was my aunt. I loved her dearly, considered her my aunt. I grew up with her. She passes in 2020 of pancreatic cancer. As you can imagine, that was a hard blow for me because my cousin, her son, was 9 years old, just loses his mother. My grandfather, to him, he just lost a daughter, right? His partner was, she just lost her youngest child, who was very active. Like, she would come every weekend to our home after chemo, and we would take care of her, or my grandfather's partner would go to her home. So I had a very, very direct relationship with, she was in hospice and I was at home with her son helping with homework. And then with the pandemic, we couldn't visit her in the hospital. So we had to deal with, her dying, not being able to physically see her.
That was
now,
terrible. Yeah.
As she passes away, my grandfather's depressed with Alzheimer's. Her mother, was at the lowest of the low. So now I'm here with my grandfather taking care of her mother. When her son is coming over at 9 years old, I'm trying to, comfort him while I'm suffering. And at the same time, I'm trying to get a job and get my life together. So at that point, I was like, I'm going to do grief counseling. I'm going to do grief counseling because I was taking care of everybody else. And it felt like, oh my God, you need to take care of yourself. You need to be, it wasn't that I was depressed. No, I was functional. I was acting perfectly. Everything was going well because I was taking care of all of these people. I wanted to do the grief counseling because I wanted to learn tips and strategies on how to help the people in my home deal with grief. I was dealing with a 9-year-old child who lost his mother, and I didn't know how to communicate with him, without striking a chord or triggering him. It was all very new to me because it was the first time I lost somebody so close to me.
So basically, she's just breaking down, I guess, she went through this whole period of time where she lost the aunt, and Desiree Perez used this situation, I guess, and to weaponize against her, or weaponize against her husband, to say that there's something going on in between the 2 of them.
So that's why I was like, I'm going to do grief counseling. I've been suicidal. I have never done drugs. She started seeing me for grief, and I ended up loving her. And I would continue doing therapy.
So, and this is also, this is also the therapist that she was talking about that Desiree tried to bribe or tried to convince that, she was in this state of mind that she wasn't really, and the therapist wasn't going for it. So this is the therapist that she's talking about she got close with.
Therapy because I wanted
And they
to. Like,
guess
as a
I guess
human
they
being,
hit
I
it
think we
off.
can all use that, right? We're managing our day to day in our life, but not because I had any diagnosis, just because I really loved her as a counselor. And I was like, why not go once a month, check in with her, tell her what's going on in my life? But she's very adamant, and that's the letter that was provided to the court, that I have no mental illness, that I'm not suicidal,
Right.
never. And that's why I wanted to tell you that piece of my life that happened, that led me to go to grief counseling, that is being manipulated, unfortunately, and used against me. And I want to really emphasize that.
Yeah, so she is out here setting the record straight, and I don't know. Even though she is suing for, all of this stuff, it is, it's this situation and all of these things are out basically in the public record at this point. So, but I don't know. I guess she can't talk about it, but they're trying to strike what she's saying down
Mr.
for
Wonderful
whatever
here.
reason.
My friend Howard.
We're not trying to hear that, Mr. Is it be these?
Honestly,
What's up with these AI commercials? These fucking AI fucking shit that they got. This is why I got premium, but y'all niggas gotta watch the commercials over on here. I'm sorry, y'all can't get my premium shit. You know what I'm saying? That's on the other account. But you feel me?
that's terrible, because what it sounds like is that there were a bunch of extenuating circumstances stacked around you, and then here comes this dream job. You know what I mean? And then you're in there, and then these things are going on, and then you do
So yeah, she does make it seem like they may have been paid off from the beginning, but who knows?
a responsible thing for your mental well-being and health and spirit and for your family, and now it's being weaponized in the future.
Yeah, it's incredible because without naming any names, without trying to throw anybody under the bus, I witnessed a relative in my family try to commit suicide in front of me because of my aunt's passing. That's why I wanted to learn how to help people in my house, and that's why I ended up doing grief, to never been in a to be in a dark space. Nah, she wasn't. She said, I believe in my license, I believe in my ethics. This girl does not have a mental. Why I went to
This is the
grief
part.
counseling, and then
This is
years later,
so. This is the part, I guess, where she tries to bribe her or convince her of some crazy shit.
here comes Dr. Daniel Bovar trying to, weaponize it against me, like you said. But I'm fortunate enough that that doctor, and I won't name her because she's very private with her other clients. I want to be respectful to her, but she's such an amazing counselor that, she could have easily been bought, and she's not. She wasn't. She said, I believe in my license, I believe in my ethics. This girl does not have a mental illness. She's better than 99.9% of all my patients. She's never been suicidal. She's very strong, and she stood by that and she defended it. And that's what you see in the body cam when he tries to walk away so people can't pick up the audio. And that's why she wrote the letter in court, and she's adamant about that. So I just wanted to use this moment to touch upon that, because I don't, again, people are trying to use that. His mother's house, my grandfather's house, but he was dealing with an illness, starting his business. My grandfather saw that we started our business and that I was working, and he was like, hey, instead of going back and forth, and instead of you guys getting an apartment, stay in the back, efficiency. I'm not renting it out. Save your money. You're here. You guys can take care of me and help me out, and just stack up your money and just stay here. Like that back and forth and that. So I was like, are you sure? He's like, of course. Like that, that's what I'm here. You just started your business. You're working at this job. He's sick. You're having to go back and forth. Like, just stay in the back. I'm not renting that back efficiency. And I won't, I'm not going to charge you anything. Save your money. And so that was a great support for us. And I want to clear that up because there's a lot of false narratives on that. So that's what we were living in.
Highlight this. Now, this is your grandfather who's been in your life and been raising you since you were wee high, everything.
in the front part of the house. This is very important. The front part of the house is about 100
Is she
feet away from
addressing
the
the
room where
video?
we were at with the door closed. My grandfather's in the front of the house with his partner, Olga Sayas, and with a long, like a fourth cousin of his that was essentially hired by my mother to help take care of him because, as you can imagine, he then became diabetic and it was hard for me to work and take care of him. So she now hires a fourth cousin. She purchases the to essentially drop by and help take care of my grandfather when his partner, who is seen as his wife, is very much living in the same home and is there and more than capable of taking care of him. But my mother goes above and beyond, hires this fourth cousin, purchases the home next door for her and her boyfriend because they're not married, hires him to help. And so her name is Milagros Garcia. She's in the front of the house, Milagros Garcia, in the
Oh,
living
she's
room.
dropping-
My
she's
grandfather's in
dropping
the
whole
living room, and
names.
Olga Saya's in the
Yeah, she
living
don't
room.
give a fuck about that bitch.
They're all watching the movie. Javon and I are 100 feet away in the second part. This is the back part of the house, essentially the backyard.
This does look like the video where somebody gets socked. It looks like the same setting. Yeah. Looks like the.
Where's the right? Mr. Griffin?
No, that did not happen.
But I can slide. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Mom, but no, it's not. The cameras are on.
So yeah, this is definitely this because it looks like she's talking to Desiree right here, and it seems like Desiree's just over here watching these niggas. Like, did this nigga just fucking hit you? It's probably on some shit.
It's gonna suck, but you want to, I gotta look into a different business plan.
The video that we saw, the efficiency was at the back. There was this common area. There was another door leading, and the
That part of, yeah, that's the terrace of the house. That's really the, you walk.
so
And
to be clear,
Now look, this is the make or break moment. That's gonna either absolve Desiree Perez in the eyes of the sisterhood of everything she's doing, and it's gonna be justified, or it might still be fuck Desiree Perez. But we all know if this nigga really socked this bitch in the face like that, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, you done lost half of your support right there, buddy. 'Cause them bitches is going, them bitches is riding on you. I'm just saying.
to be able
No,
to hear or, articulately say, okay, got it.
No, and it's important to note that none of them speak English. Olga speaks a little bit, but they can't effectively communicate or effectively understand a full-on English conversation. And it's very important to note that all three of them have hearing issues, and that and that we're over 100 feet away. There's a terrace, there's a wall, there's a door, and then there's a hallway, and then that's where they're sitting. So all of that is in between where Javon and I are.
So
The best time.
Did the nigga hit you or not? Are you gonna address that? Did the nigga sock you, drag you, do whatever? That's what we trying to.
No windows where they can see nothing. So that's very important to know.
Thank you
So
for clearing that up.
yeah, so we're in this room, September 11th, 2023. We're having an argument in the room about business. There's a bed in between us. So I am on the other side of the room. Javon is on the other side of the room, like towards the entry door, sitting down in a chair. So there's a bed, a whole entire queen bed in between both of us. So we have like about like maybe like 6 to 7 feet of distance with a bed in between. And we're arguing and whatnot. Out of nowhere, Olga and Milaitis storm into the room screaming. Olga is grabbing Javon's arm. Milaitis is just standing at the door. I'm on the other side. And Olga's like, no, don't hit her. Screaming, get off of her. Da, da, like pulling his arm. And he's like, what's wrong with you? What are you talking? Like he's screaming. And then I'm screaming, like, I'm on the other side. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she tells me in Spanish, your mother called me saying that he's beating you up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're here arguing and I'm all the way on this side. What are you talking about? And she's like, oh, so nothing's happening. He's not beating you up, nothing. And I go, no, nothing is happening. And like at this point, she's like, oh no, but she's like, she's screaming, getting crazy. You have to understand, she's also like pulling his arm and like almost like trying to hit him. So he's raising his voice, get off of me, because he's essentially being attacked. And he doesn't understand what's going on. And so when she realizes and she calms down that nothing is really happening, she leaves the room with Milaitis. And then he's just like, what was that? I'm like, I have no idea. A few minutes pass by and Miami-Dade Police Department storm into the room and they tell us, we received a call that you're getting beat up nonstop. We need to separate you guys and talk.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a second. Because I want to make sure that everybody understands what's being said here. So you and your boyfriend of at least, actually more than 10 years at this point, who everyone knows, who your grandfather invited you, all of a sudden, he's pulling a DV on you. People have to come running in because they were called. Your mother wasn't there, right?
No, so it's important to note that my mother was in New York City.
She was in New York when this incident happened. And tell them that they needed to come and rescue you. And then the police showed up too.
Yes.
From an argument over a business thing.
Yes.
Oh, wow, this is okay, please take us deeper down the rabbit hole.
So police separate us. And then the officer tells me, we got a call that he's beating you nonstop. Have you been hit? Are you okay? And I'm like, what? He hasn't hit me. I have never been beaten. I just woke up. I have a bonnet on my head with pajamas in the body cam. Like I look crazy in the body cam because it was not like, what? How did I just get beat up and my bonnet is still in place? Like, what is it? I didn't have a bra, nothing. Like, I'm like, ma'am, I just woke up. We were arguing. Nobody hit anybody. So she has me. I had a short sleeve on. You'll see it in the body cam. Yeah. She has me extend my arms. She checks me for bruises. She has me turn around. She checks my neck. She said, you don't have anything. I go, I'm trying to tell you I didn't get hit. And I don't know I wasn't even crying. Because what you'll see is the witnesses' statements is.
So you can see the room right here. And there is some exercise equipment right there. But it doesn't exactly look like this room. Now it looks similar. Got a little exercise equipment right over here. I mean, is that the little table? Is this a little table right here? I don't really see no mirror. I don't know. It looks hella similar. This looks like it's looking like the same spot to me. This is looking like the same spot to me. Now, maybe is this what Desiree Perez is seeing? Now, this can't be on the same day. But let's see if we can look back in the mirror right here. We can kind of see in the mirror. Hold on. Let's take it back real quick. Let's take it back real quick. Because we can see the whole house right here. Okay, you got the little refrigerators. It's the 2 refrigerators right there. This is the same place. This is the same place. This is the same place. Now, you gotta address this. you gotta address this. You got to, you know what I'm saying? It's the 2 look at the refrigerators. Now it's a little bit stuff. There's a little bit of stuff repositioned there. But come on, I gotta keep it 100. Like, you feel me? What is this? Okay. Yeah, that don't look good. That don't look good. Now, this is definitely not the same day, because I believe in this, homie is wearing like a Miami Heat shirt.
The efficiency was at the back. There was this common area. There was another door leading, and the house was on the other side of that.
Yeah, see, he wearing a Miami Heat shirt here. So this is not the same day. So she technically telling the truth. But this nigga did sock you in the face.
Yes, so the common area that you see, that's the terrace. That's fine now.
All right, face it. Your life is a complete.
Like, you gotta address that. And that's y'all in that video. That's y'all in that video. What's that about?
They have a term for that. When people call in the police and give these that's swatting.
Mm-hmm.
When you call the police with a fake emergency, making it sound like someone's life is in danger, they show up.
So she probably did get into some shit with her husband at some point. And this is not to take away from what she's saying, because at the end of the day, whatever goes on in her relationship, that's her relationship, and it's not for anybody to have her committed or do any of this weird shit or try to step in. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. But a lot of people are going to look at a video like that and be like, oh, we don't give a fuck what she did. We don't give a fuck. Desiree Perez had every right to do what she did. There's a lot of people who's going to be saying that shit. You know it. You just know it.
Like someone's life is in danger. And the truth is, if that officer hadn't have been level-headed, they could have come in that door with a completely different attitude with hearing stuff like that.
That is so important for you to know, because originally when they came in, I was yelling and Jamal's like, calm down, I don't want to get shot. And so I was like, then I realized, oh man, I forgot, because they're getting a call that I'm being beat.
Oh yeah, you're black.
up nonstop. So they're thinking this man is aggressive. They stormed into the door. And so you'll see that on the body cam. And so
Hold on, man.
and so I
Let's
was
run that
like,
back one
then I
time. Hold on.
realized, oh man, I forgot, because they're getting a call that I'm being beat up
Hold up.
nonstop. So they're thinking this man
Hold
is
up.
aggressive. They
Officer know what
stormed
he doing.
into the door.
She got a little, you know what I'm saying? She got a little, we gotta see the full definition of it, but you know what I'm saying? She got a little something working.
And so you'll see that on the body cam. And so that's when I knew, okay, Demore, take it down a notch, because
She got a little
his
something
life
shaking.
is potentially in danger due to the false police call. And police was just doing their job, right? If they're getting called and somebody is saying, my daughter or whoever is getting beat up nonstop, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to respond quickly. They're supposed to take it seriously. And so it's unfortunate that, police resources were abused in that way, and their time and their energy, because somebody else who needs to be rescued could have been rescued at that exact time. But again, she checked me. She saw no bruises. The other officer interviewed Javon. You'll see that in the body cam. He was explaining everything. They were like, okay, there's nothing here. In the body cam, you'll see the officer tells the female officer, are you going to give her a domestic violence brochure? Because when you call in for DV, they do the brochure and the resources and all that.
And you can tell that's probably how she got the cameras and listening devices into the house and in her bedroom from the person that she hired to watch over her grandfather. It's probably how she got that stuff snuck in there.
She's like, I don't even think she needs a brochure. Like, nothing happened. And police officer, she didn't say this on the body cam, but she told me, she said, we got the call. She's watching you from New York. There's a camera in here. If I were you guys, I would move out of here, because clearly the people who live in here have a problem with you guys. And that's what started Javon and I's manhunt for an apartment or a townhouse to move out. That officer telling me that, because I was like, a camera? Where? And that's when I was like, okay, this is.
The officer put her on game, like, hey, I don't know how she getting this shit. I don't know how she getting this shit, but it should be impossible. That's what the officer said. And he just kept it a stack, like, hey, bruh, I don't know how she getting this shit, but hey, yeah, you better go ahead and just, you feel me, skedaddle, because it's not about to be a good situation if this nigga is doing some shit. I'm just saying.
She's taking it up 10 notches now.
So now we have evidence that you're being, surveillance in your private living space with your partner, who's now your husband, who you've been with since you were 14 years old. Was there any other infiltration into your personal devices? Was the camera in your living space the only thing, or was there more?
I want to emphasize something for the public that is being misshared. So the camera the audio, these fake audios that they're producing from supposedly the 9/11 incident, 9/11/2023, where Javon did not get arrested, that incident that they're claiming that I said, don't hurt me, and this and that audio, I want the record to reflect, and we have proof of this, that camera was not in a common area. That camera was in our bathroom, facing our shower, in a closet. And I want yes, it was in our closet. We had a closet in the shower that faces directly into the shower, into the toilet.
And so someone installed a camera in there to be able to watch what you were. Okay, now that is just, I'm sorry, because I'm doing my best to keep this as civil as possible, because this interview isn't about trashing your mom. It's not. This interview is about making sure that the details of your life and the stories that are being told.
She said, I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke, nigga. You feel me? She like, I don't want that smoke. It ain't about all that. Yeah, it is, nigga.
Told about
Fuck
your
you
life
talking about?
are
Yeah, it
accurately
is.
corrected, because it's a lot of
all
public
about
perception that allows law enforcement and the judicial system to not take certain things seriously. I've had my own experiences, and I've shared a few things with you, Demore. But for someone to put a camera in a space in your life where you are guaranteed to be nude This is you nude. This is Javon nude. This is a total invasion of privacy, and there's no excuse for it. If you're putting up cameras to say, hey, I think something funny is going on and I want to keep, so why would you need that in that space? That, yeah, I'm sorry. If I were you, I'd have been totally freaked out too.
Yeah. So that's what I want to emphasize on this platform, that misinformation is being shared. That audio, that's why if you notice that when they play the audio, it's like a white wall with a shelf. People don't know it's a shelf. That's my shoe shelf. Full disclosure. Where is the video? If I was attacked, if you're saying I was abused and you installed the camera, where is the video? Why are you not producing the video?
Baby girl, I ain't gonna hold you. This is definitely the same house. Now, I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else. But, you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know if you done seen this. That's why shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jaguar Wright, but I would have been like, miss. You feel me? Like, no, not all putting the camera in the bathroom, all that is weird. Yes, but now you going hard. Like, where's the video? Hold up, nigga. What? You asking the right questions now, because I want to know too. What is this? What's this about? I mean, shit. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Why? Because it's not convenient for her, because it did not happen. It's easy to manipulate audio, right? And I want the record to reflect that the evidence that is circulating online, I'm going to quote unquote evidence, right? And that was submitted to the state. This was a 30-minute incident. She has sent to the state attorney's office 6 different audio clips with 5-minute increments. If you're not editing, if you're not using AI voices, then why don't you produce the full 30-minute audio clip? And why don't you unedited, and why don't you produce the video? Why? Because if she does that, it'll show that I was never hit. It'll show that.
So she's claiming that she was essentially acting like, you know, like, what do we, you mean to tell me that was AI that we watching? Like, what you trying to say? I'm just trying to, you feel me? Is that AI? Is this shit AI? Is this AI? Because this is the same crib. It just don't got all of the... Yeah, bro, definitely socked the shit out of it. Yeah, you definitely socked the shit out of it. It looked like your husband. It looks like your husband. And it looks like you. We not talking about it in this video. I don't know why, but hey,
none of the stuff he was saying
like
to me,
facts.
or like the verbal.
Even if we are gonna get, we gotta get to
there
all the
wasn't
facts.
said. What people need to realize, that technology, when you have money and you have resources and you have connection, audio is very easily manipulated. And when you hear it, if you're smart and you have experience with this kind of thing, and people who know Javon, they're like, he doesn't speak like that. And you can tell sometimes it skips, or the voices come in and out, and then it's like he's people. Yeah, so I want to put that on the record. That
okay. Yeah, that was the Maury. We got some more updates from that. That'll be coming soon, I am sure. As of today, though, 6 hours ago, that's what was being passed, or that's what was happening. They're coming after her for, I guess, speaking out and shit like that. Okay, so they're not with it. They're not gonna have it, and they want her to stop speaking on Desiree Perez. I guess stop speaking on the case, and you know, it is what it is. So let's get to the next. There's a lot going on. I'm not gonna hold y'all. There's been a lot of shit going on. I mean, just before we even get to the next things going on. It's just like it's been a lot of shit going on. I mean, we damn near in World War III. All this bullshit that we got going on with niggas dropping bombs, we dropping bombs, Iran dropping bombs, Israel dropping bombs. This shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm starting to look at all of this shit and I'm starting to be like on some free Palestine shit, because this shit is starting to be like a little weird. Like, what y'all niggas got going on over here now? You feel me? Niggas is trying to drag us into all type of wars and bullshit. I don't know if I'm with all of that, but I will fight. You know, you know what I'm saying? I will fuck a nigga up on it. You know, I don't even got. I'm not even waiting for a nigga to come on American soil. Send me over there. You feel me? Because if I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't want to be drug into this bullshit. But don't put. I'm not a killer. Don't push me. You feel me? Like that. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Like, you feel? We can. If it comes down to us versus them, and we gotta do what we gotta do, because these dumbass niggas running the country. Hey. I look. I rather lay some bodies down, and then figure out politics later. I'm just saying. Look, I got to make sure the homeland is protected. You feel me? I'm just saying I got to do what I got to do. It is what it is. Hey, I know a lot of y'all niggas ain't going to war. Y'all not about it. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all niggas is like, oh fuck that. But a lot of you niggas be in the street. Every street nigga need to be loaded, prepared for war. I don't want to hear shit. I don't really want to hear shit. All the street niggas, all the shooters, all the snitches, that's shooters. Everybody, go ahead. Let's go to war, or lock and load up, just in case niggas come and try to, you know what I mean, pull up on us. I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga gotta be stupid as fuck. A nigga gotta be stupid as fuck to try to raid our homeland, nigga. To try to step foot on Americans. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a drone. Niggas is gonna have to lock and load on them drones. They gonna have to lock and load on them drones for real, cause they not coming. They not stepping foot over here. They not. Let's keep it a stack. They not stepping foot over here. And look at this shit. Breaking the House passed a bill to deport illegal immigrants who get caught drunk driving. 160 Democrats voted against it, but it says it was passed. Hold on, let me see if this is valid. We gotta see if this is really valid. You know it's valid if it's on the front, if it's on trending, and we don't even see that. They talking about, hold on, let me see if these niggas really dance. Because I ain't going to hold you. It's over for y'all if they start catching the drunk drivers and the niggas with no licenses. I ain't going to hold you. That's how they about to catch half of y'all right now. That's how they be catching half of y'all. Half of y'all niggas, I'm just keeping it a stack. We all know. If you done been to traffic court, or been to court in general, where you done got stopped and you got to pay a ticket and do all of this extra shit. I'm just saying. Yeah, it might be true. Yeah. Shit, Libs of TikTok is reporting it, yeah. Yeah, it's official. I ain't gonna hold you. 209 Republicans, 160 Democrats. Yeah, they got outvoted like a motherfucker. 37 Democrats said yes. These niggas is cold-blooded. Yo, it's a lot of shit going on. I am gonna hold you. We gotta keep it a buck, because we talked a lot of political talk while we was in here, and you know, we did a lot of touting for Trump. You know what I'm saying? We expected him to do it, which he is doing some of the things he promised, but I ain't gonna hold you. My boy is getting juked like a motherfucker. Niggas is playing a puppet dance on this nigga. I mean, bro, what are you doing out here dropping bombs on Iran, nigga? Like, you said you didn't want to have no more wars. You was about to have peace. You was about to squash all this shit. You big Trump. None of this shit is about to be going on, but now y'all niggas is talking about Iran got weapons of mass destruction, nigga. Who are you, George Bush? Nigga, what are we... What are we talking about? What are we really talking about? Like, this shit is crazy. Like, we really gotta get it together. We really gotta get it together. And right now, Trump, it's not you're not living up to your promises, buddy. This is why niggas don't vote. I don't believe in you niggas. You niggas is pitiful to me, all you niggas. You know what I'm saying? And fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Y'all niggas be cheating anyway. They already talking about how a whole bunch of votes in North Carolina or South Carolina, some shit like that, somewhere like where all these niggas, every fucking vote was, well, it might have been in my hometown in the Spring Valley, but you got people voting Democrat up the whole line, but somehow their votes went to Trump. There was a lot of bullshit going on. I don't know. So I'm hearing a lot of shit. Hearing a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing a lot of shit. But right now, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. But if they catching you niggas who are driving drunk, which, as I was saying before, if you done been to court, you know you gotta wait behind 120 Hispanics before your ticket is called, nigga. And they all were drunk driving with no license. I'm sorry. I gotta keep it a buck. I gotta keep it a buck. I'm sorry. You gotta wait behind 120 of these niggas, and they all was driving with no license, got pulled over on some bullshit. None of these niggas have licenses. I'm just sitting here like, well, what the fuck do I got a license for? How the fuck these niggas just out here driving, got cars, they chilling. No license. I damn near don't. I almost don't know how these niggas got insurance and shit like that. But I'm like, hey, you niggas is figuring it out. You feel me? Y'all niggas is doing y'all thing. But hey, if this is true, it's a wrap. If this is true, it's a wrap for you niggas. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't did that. It's kind of harsh, but it might be a wrap. It might be a wrap on some shit. Now, okay. We got more things going on, obviously. DDG and Holly Bailey, they're having a court hearing today. Now, last we left off, DDG was, I guess, granted permission to go ahead and see his child. Now, let's see how this. It says, "Oh, granted as follows: you must not do the following things to a person: harass, attack, threaten, assault, sexually or otherwise, hit." Hold up. They said this is granted order not to abuse. Okay, they granted the order not to abuse. What else is granted? This is the hearing date, 8:30, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, I guess. It's a stay away order. Control properly, not requested. Record communications granted as follows: the person may record communications made by the person to that violate this order. Okay. Legal jargon. Hearing. This is okay. So this is the hearing, I guess, for them to meet. This is setting it up for today. It's not really anything to see with this, but out of this, we know that DDG has permission to at least go to Italy and see his child, which is I guess only fair, but it's a little crazy. It says denied. Let's see what it says denied. No travel with children without permission. Children under 18. Child custody judge decision on request or for orders to prevent child abduction. And it says this is denied, I guess. All of this is denied. It says the visitation schedule for person 2. They having a schedule. They don't. It's not filled out, but I guess they had to fill that out. Order to prevent child abduction. So they had to sign all of this too. Shorty checked that he has a history of abusing person 1, not cooperating with person 1 in parenting. Oh God. Do not move without written permission of the other parent or court order. Person 2 must not move with the children outside of California, United States. So he getting his time. Provide travel plan and documents. Person 2 must give the person in 1 the following before traveling with the children. Children's travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses and telephone numbers where the children can be reached, an open airline ticket for person 1 in case the children are not returned. Yo, man, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. They on his dick now. You shouldn't have to do all of this for your fucking child. It's sad niggas couldn't work with whatever they had going now, but you shouldn't have to do all of this for your child. But it seems like he's getting some type of visitation. Now, whatever they're going to talk about today, we don't really know. We're waiting for that to drop. But it's just sad that the homie is still out here fighting this shit. This is a little crazy. Then you got Fat Joe being sued. Fucking Fat Joe, like, and this shit is just like, well, who else can get sued? You got Fat Joe, you got Tyler Perry, which Tyler Perry was on. We all knew Tyler Perry was on some freak shit, but we probably all already know what the fuck is going on. Y'all already got the rundown on this shit, but come on. B said, but I swear to you, I know how to fix this shit. I love killing a motherfucker in a show that no one expects. Says you could be sipping Mai Tais, counting coconuts right now. Oh. Look, they was flirting. He says, why did that photo make me jealous? You two together, Tyler said. This is what he over here. He says, ha ha ha, I don't know. It's just Brad, LOL. He said, LOL. I just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. He said, thick Derek. Get that Chipotle. Whoa. We knew Tyler Perry was on a little freak shit. But now you getting sued. Why you just out here like you don't see everything that's going on, brother? You don't see everything that's going on, man? All these freaky ass niggas. And y'all was worried about Drake. All these freaky ass niggas. He said, what's going on? No, he said, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? He says, yes, it is the exact same kind of car. GMO Metro. He said, giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. He said, that's so cool. Where you came from. He said, unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can, you can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. You know what I mean? You see? These niggas be on all that God shit doing demonic shit. On that straight demon time. You feel me? It be the most God, not God niggas who be on demon time. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying these niggas be on demon time. It don't make no sense. Said treat myself right. What are you doing, Eric? Oh my god. Nigga triple texting. Nigga triple texting right now. God damn. Bro said I'm just talking to my sister, nigga. Damn. The fuck? Relax. He said, I roll. Fine. Good night. I'll go through the 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them. He said, trying to get off so I can go to sleep. LOL. He said, I understand. So LOL. Apparently, you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. He said, I just started. He said, they didn't. Damn, he said Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Mr. Perry's sexual aggression. God damn, while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side, Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with him with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of his first season on the Oval. And Perry always held this over Mr. Dixon's head, implying that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry happy. So, damn, this how these niggas be doing? Like, yeah, don't kill my character off. I'll suck your dick, please. Like, what? Pause. But this what y'all be doing? This is what y'all be doing. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look. We signed on for 8 seasons of this motherfucker. But you only gonna see one. Unless you get on your knees. You know what I'm saying? And grease my feet. Suck the meat. You feel me? Like Tyler Perry was out going crazy. You feel me? Come on, you know what he was doing out here. We know what he was doing out here. He said once Perry recognized the extent of control he had over Mr. Dixon, he escalated this behavior on multiple occasions. Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon told drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrist. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called and texted Mr. Dixon relentlessly saying, "Tried you, call me, and I really need to talk to you. Please call as soon as you can." Finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the sexual assault while blaming it on other things. Perry continued he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the very same call where he apologized for the sexual assault against Mr. Dixon, Perry told Dixon, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's raise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Perry kept telling Dixon that he was sorry for the harassment and it would not happen again. However, the harassment and assaults continued. Mr. Perry would also try to deflect the blame for the sexual assault by saying Dixon didn't have a strong enough no. Damn, you just out here raping niggas? Like, I'm sorry. He said, nice Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? How is your no? Is it stronger? You gotta have a strong no. He said, yes, it's strong. Got nigga. After that, why the fuck are you still even texting this nigga? Like, it's the same thing with a bitch. Like, why are you even still texting this bitch? Nigga said, yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real. So, well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no. And I mean it and mean it and make it clear. Said, I'll only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. And he says, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. I hear you. He says, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. So just stick to the no unless you are really into him. Yeah, I guess he talking about Diddy, the diddler, or some Harvey Weinstein type shit. Yeah, we already know that Tyler Perry was on some freak shit. I want to see where this goes. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. This nigga gotta relax though. You gotta relax, brother. Like, I don't know what type of life you live in. How you rich niggas is getting your rocks off these days. It's not nothing normal. We know that. It ain't nothing normal. Um, and y'all really gotta just chill. Like, y'all really gotta just like, I don't know, bro. Like, because even with the Diddy case, like, it's hard following that shit. It's hard following that shit sometimes, but I only want to get into the deliberations at this point, and we're getting into the closing statements. We did have closing statements today. We did have a quite a bit of that, but I think we can, once that's wrapped up, we can get into that and do a recap tomorrow and get back into the swing of things. We are here. We are going to continue to keep rocking and doing our thing here in the Doja Room. And yeah, I gotta get back to it. We gotta keep on it. So I appreciate y'all stopping in with me. Just giving a couple of updates. There's a lot more shit going on, but there's so much shit that we're waiting to continue to develop. The DDG case is going to be a bit of a headline, but we ain't getting nothing just about yet on that. We're still waiting to see what exactly is going to happen. Oh, okay, hold on. So this is, I guess, an update on that. Let me just make sure that this update is true. We got to see something real quick. Okay, so we're hold on. We can't end it just yet because it looks like we are getting some updates from the case. Okay, let's share this. Okay, it says courtroom update: DDG and Halle Bailey custody case. And this is from today. It's the Los Angeles Family Court. It says fresh out of the courtroom for the continuation of the DDG and Bailey custody case over visitation rights with their son, Halo. Here's what went down. It says the hearing picked up right after it left off. Okay. So let's real quick. Let's real quick make sure we got everybody in here for this. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure we on one page. We gonna need it. Indeed, we gonna need it. Okay. All right, we locked in. Make sure my peoples know we out here. Okay. So, fresh out of the courtroom for the continuation of DDG and Haley the custody case. So it picked up where it left off. DDG is scheduled to visit Halo in Italy July 1st through the 3rd. And the judge Birdsong, the fuck, immediately asked DDG's legal team if they secured a court-approved supervisor for the international visit. DDG's lawyer said they reached out to multiple supervision services but only found a therapist willing to supervise. Holly's lawyer continued saying he contacted local authorities in Italy who offer detectives and private security for these types of situations. DDG's team questioned why a chaperone is needed. The judge referred to protective filings made by Holly's team. Holly's side offered her a nanny and personal security to serve as chaperones. DDG's team requested that if the nanny participates, she cannot testify in future court hearings. The judge agreed that the nanny and security would chaperone, so that's what was agreed. Holly's lawyer expressed concern, stating that the nanny is afraid to be alone with DDG, reinforcing the need for security. The judge approved both the nanny and security to be present during the visit. The court ruled that Holly Bailey will cover travel and time cost for her nanny and security's team for this visitation trip. On visitation, now they dropping a whole hour. So Holly's team proposed 12 to 6 p.m. DDG's lawyer requested 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Judge approved 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily with no overnights due to chaperone limitations and existing protection orders. Okay. Both parties agreed to share hotel location info. DDG is required to stay within reasonable distance of Holly's lodging in Italy. Regarding social media, Holly's lawyer requested no phones or videos of Halo be posted by DDG. He also asked that DDG's mom not post or be present during visitation. What the fuck? Yet fuck his fucking grandmother. Judge allowed DDG's mom to attend, stating she hasn't been legally restricted and there's no active motion to bar her. Fuck you. In other words. However, DDG is restricted from taking Halo outside 3-mile radius of the hotel. Future dates, and they had more and more and more. So that's the update on DDG and I guess what happened in court. Okay, so yeah, it seems like this judge is calling it fairly down the middle so far. So good. I guess that's all you can really ask for right now. And yeah, hopefully your homie keeps on pushing and you stay focused, you don't step out of line. And this is just what you got to do with these women. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got the seed coming. Well, you got the seed here, and you trying to raise your kid up in a certain type of way or environment, or you're not trying to look crazy to your child. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got that little update. I'm sure there's going to be more to come. This was the Doja Room. I've been away for a little minute, so we're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But I appreciate everybody that has stopped through. Again, we're going to try to continue with this Diddy case and wrap that up because we've been following it for so long. We got to finish how we started off. Okay. As I said, it's been a little bit with me adjusting and getting into the new job, things like that, and stepping into the position that I did take. But I'm still going to deliver this content and try to deliver some consistency to you niggas. No matter where I'm at, got my mic, we got the cam, and we're going to go ahead and make shit rock no matter where we at. It's time for the Doja Room. Anytime I'm ready to spark up and talk to you niggas. Okay, that's where we at. Doja Room is wherever I'm at. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna continue to deliver this content. We're gonna continue to give you these updates on these cases, and yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping in. It's your boy Dope Boy Diesel. To all my stoners, hippies, and hip hop enthusiasts, I appreciate you for stopping in once again. Shout out to all of y'all. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're watching, and keep on rocking with the Doja Room, as we should be back tomorrow. We should okay. Don't hold me on that, but we should. All right. Appreciate you for stopping in, and I'm out.